seem to have a very interesting opinion about it whenever Raila Odinga is posted with a Djiboutian candidate. What is important for Kenyans to know? Why is this seat important for Kenya in the first place? Perhaps there is that disconnect as to why we are angling for this position as Kenya.
Yeah, the way I read it, George, is that there are two reasons. For those who are opposed to Raila, they don't have a problem with Raila, the person. Mm-hmm. They have a problem about the promoter of Raila for this AU position. They are seeing the selfish interests of the current president in wanting to Raila to get out of town so that he has almost a field day because he believes Raila is the most formidable candidate against him in the next election. So there are people who feel Raila is somebody who is going to fix the problem that we have in this town. And by him going to AU, they are giving William Ruto a chance perhaps to squeak through in the next election.
Okay.
There are those who strongly believe Raila, in accepting that position, sort of brought himself down to a level that he looked like he was being used by the current president. But on a more serious note, I just want to concur with my brother, Philip Kisia. In the funeral of Dr. Faustin Ndugulile, who was buried on 3rd of this month, Dr. Yusuf Ndugulile was the cabinet minister or minister in charge of health in Tanzania. In the funeral, Dr. Chakaya Kikwete was able to demonstrate how he campaigned for Ndugulile to get position in Africa as the WHO director for Africa by talking to some people in Liberia, some people in different parts of the continent, for Ndugulile to be accepted and to get 25 votes of all the votes cast by ministers for health. The same thing should be borrowed here. Today, I've said, and he has alluded to it, that people like the Honorable Moses Wetangula can play a role. Because when I was IGAD Special Envoy to Somalia, based in Addis Ababa, Ali Yusuf was my minister from Djibouti. Sam Kutesa was my minister from Uganda. Moses Wetangula was my minister from Kenya. Yusuf Mesfin was my minister from Ethiopia. Omar was my minister from Somalia. And these are critical. Somebody, Deng, was my minister from Sudan. Now, these are colleagues. We are happy we still got Kutesa as Minister of Foreign Affairs in Uganda, Yusuf, Minister of Foreign Affairs from Djibouti. Wetangula is Speaker of National Assembly. We may have our own little issues like messy, whatever, noisy, that might have made Raila not happy with Wetangula. But he should humble himself for Wetangula to talk to Yusuf directly as a former colleague and engage him on issues of how to negotiate downwards for him to accept a lower position. Number two, somebody like Uhuru Kenyatta has a number of friends in Africa. I know Tshisekedi is not happy with our current regime, but Uhuru is they are more than happy with him. Ramaphosa in South Africa is a personal friend to Raila, but he made a statement the other day that almost indicates SADC is not going to support Raila. Why don't we ask ourselves why? Again, in Ghana, the person we were working with before the immediate general election that took place the other day, that guy lost the election. And therefore, the guy in town today in Ghana is not the same guy we were talking to. Have we revisited that particular position? The answer is no. The person who is promoting Raila in Nigeria is Mzee Obasanjo, Olusegun Obasanjo. Tinubu, who is the current president of Nigeria, don't see eye to eye with Tinubu. What have we done about that? The answer is nothing, if anything. These are some of the issues that we need, and I wish the president was listening to us. We need to engage Uhuru Kenyatta, Moses Wetangula, and many other people that know Yusuf. Because the only way for Raila to get 2/3 is to remove Yusuf from the ticket. As long as Yusuf is in the ticket, they will run until they say nobody has mustered 32 votes. This therefore means we are postponing elections for another 6 months.
And and it's a cycle. They vote upon voting upon voting.
Yes, it is not, you know, people have this mistaken notion that you vote round 1 and 2, who are the first 2, will go to round 2. If nobody gets 32 votes, nobody is going to be declared the winner. Even if Yusuf was to drop without supporting us to get 32 votes, Raila will not be the chair of AUC. Those are facts.
Yeah.
And unless the facts change since I left, Addis Ababa. And even when I left Addis Ababa, I went ahead to do diplomacy. And those are the issues that we know. While the debate may not have carried the day, but the debate, yes, is important. But the most important thing is each country who is the head of delegation on that particular day. The president of Gambia came here and he gave us assurance. But he can decide not to lead the delegation to AU for that particular seat. And whoever will be leader of delegation can vote differently from what the president of Gambia promised to Kenyans the other day. So these are very important ingredients. And taking delegations like what my good governor of Nairobi did the other day, that's not enough. This is not a public rally that you want to show that so-and-so supports you. In fact, for any delegation, should be the day Raila has won, then we can go and give him an escort back home, what we call homecoming. Otherwise, anything that we do in between must be issues of strategy.
Strategy. I see Bernard Kadasia saying on YouTube, Kenya should certainly put the Francophone on